Hey guys, this is Deborah from Deborah's Creative Crafts. Today I'm doing a tutorial on how to supplement a 16-ounce kids tumbler using the silicone sleeve. So as you can see right now, I have my image pulled up. I use Vinyl Master. It is a program that I got with my big vinyl cutter, my plotter. And I like this better. This is mainly where I do all of my creating. And then I print everything from Photoshop to allow me to edit my print settings. So what I'm doing right now is I'm measuring my kids tumbler, and it's coming in at 9.5. And this one is a straight, so it's 9.5 going all the way down, and the height is right at 6. So for my kids tumbler, putting my measurements in at 9 point. I'm gonna go a little over. Well, actually, let me take a look and see. Yeah, I'm gonna do 9.55 for the width, and for the height, I'm gonna do 6.05. Will help if I unlock it first. All right. So this is the one for my kids tumbler, and I'm also throwing in a War Eagle Auburn tumbler today for an Auburn fan. I don't like Auburn fan. I'm Roll Tide. All right, so but that's where the money is at. The Auburn fans is keeping me in business, so we're gonna roll with it. So I'm doing theirs on a 22-ounce fatty that I got from Stainless Steel Depot. This one is right at 11. So I'm going to size this one at 11.05 width and 7.50 height with 7.55. All right, and in order to save paper, I'm going to print both of these on an 11 by 17 Crafting Besties, of course. And I'm going to export this as one file. And I'm exporting it as a PNG. And I'm setting my resolutions as high as I can. So I'm going to try to set it at 400 and see if it'll let me, my DPI. And it did. I'm going to try 450, which is usually what I set it at. It wouldn't let me, so I'll stick with 400. So now what I'm doing is I'm going into Photoshop. And I'm still not Photoshop savvy, so I'm trying to move it in there and size it itself. I can't get into all that, so I already sized mine before I drag and drop them, so when I drop it, all I got to do is print it out. So I'm going to find my file now. I saved it right here, and I'm going to drop it into Photoshop. So now that I've dropped it into Photoshop, it's already sized. And I'm just going to print it. So I go to File, Print. My print screen comes up. I'm using my EcoTape 1500 today. Make sure my print settings are right. I'm doing it on my 11 by 17 paper. I already have some presets coming out of the paper tray. 11 by 17 landscape. Actually, I'm going to change it to portrait. I don't want it to print sideways on the paper. It won't fit if I print it sideways. Have my print preview set. Going to more options. Making sure my color correction set to custom. I click advance and make sure it's turned off. You don't want your printer trying to manage your colors when you're printing from Photoshop. You want Photoshop to manage your colors. And then I have it mirrored. I have bidirectional turned off so it'll print slower. And I click OK. This takes me back to the Photoshop print menu. I want to make sure I have Photoshop manage my colors. If you guys see this right here, it's telling you that if you're using Photoshop to manage your colors, that you have to turn off your settings on your printer. That's what I just did. I turned off the color corrections on my printer so my printer doesn't battle Photoshop with the colors. That's why a lot of the colors aren't coming out right. So Photoshop is managing my colors, and of course I'm using my Cosmos ink. Down here at the bottom, you want to make sure that you have match print colors checked, so the print colors will match what's on the screen. Everything is set correctly, so I'm going to hit print. And I have my print preview set. So this is what it's going to look like. And actually, I'm going to have to change this paper to my 13 by 19 because this print right here is more than 11 inches. I forgot I set it at 1105. So let me change my paper out. So now I have to go back into my print menu and change my paper setting. So right here, I go to print settings, and I also have a preset set for my 13 by 19. It's going to print from the paper tray, 13 by 19, the Super B. Everything else should be still the same. Print preview, advanced, my color is off. Bidirectional is mirrored. Click OK. And I want to change it to portrait. So now you see everything is fitting, and I can move it up. Everything looks good. We're going to print. So while that's printing, I'm going to clean my tumblers. I spray them with alcohol, and I use a microfiber rag to make sure I clean everything off my tumblers. Anybody have any questions? Anybody ask some questions? I can't see the Facebook thing, so you have to tell me if anybody's asking.
Well, we have people watching, no questions yet.
Yeah, I have to excuse me. I'm a little nervous because this is my first live in a group. I have my sister helping me out today. That's my camera lady.
We've got 20 people watching. No questions?
Okay.
Tawana said you're doing good.
All right. Trying to hurry up. I got to go to work today. I was supposed to be there at 2, but I called in and told them I was going to be a little late today because I got a couple of cups I need to work on.
No questions. I just want to say thank you for taking the time to do a live.
I've been trying to get on here all morning, but technical difficulties.
Just came in. What are you working on?
I'm doing a 16-ounce tumbler. I'm going to use the silicone sleeve for that one, and I'm also sublimating a 22-ounce Auburn cup. Yuck.
Are these straight tumblers?
Yes, they are straight. Here's the sleeve. These are the silicone sleeves. I got these from Conde.com. You could probably put 2 of these on a 20-ounce, but I mainly use them for my 16-ounce, my kids' tumblers. This is the shrink wrap. I got this from JP Plus. This is the 5.91 by 9.84 size. Comes in a pack of 50, I believe. Make sure I put my good paper back in the box after I finish the live. These are the ones that I did last night, you guys. That's the Mariah Carey tumblers. I did those for a friend of mine, for his wife. He said she was a big Mariah Carey fan. So I did one that when you scan it, it'll play the whole Butterfly was her favorite album, so it's going to play the whole Butterfly album. And then this one that I did right here is he proposed to her by her song Forever. So I got him to send me his wedding vows to her, and I made a Forever tumbler and put his vows on the tumbler and put the date that they got married. And so this one, when she scans it, it's just gonna play forever. He said he needed 2. He wanted one for her office and one for her to keep in her car. We're still printing. Any questions? Yes, they are full wraps. Now I have the 15,000, EcoTank 15,000, and I also have the 4,700. I started out with the 15,000, but my paper jammed and it went down on me for a couple of days, so I figured I needed a backup, so I just went with the smaller 4,700 as a backup. That way I can do most of my tumblers, except for the 30 ounces are a little too big to print on there, as well as these 22s. Well, the 22s I could have did on there if I had turned it landscape. I could do those on the 4,700. But the reason I went to bigger paper on the 1300 to keep it portrait is because this one was more than 11 by 5 inches wide. It's 42 people in here watching me. I might get used to this, guys. But I work 2 jobs And I usually work from 2 to 10:30 at night. And then I have another job that I go in on the morning on the weekend. So you'll usually catch me late night crafting. I'll stay up. Like this morning, I was up to like 2 o'clock making tumblers. Then I'll wake up. I try to lay in the bed till about 9 and then get up if I have to do something during the day. But my coworker texted me this morning and she wanted this Avengers cup for her son. And one of my coworkers yesterday requested this Auburn cup. Ugh, Auburn. As you guys can tell, I'm a Bama fan, Roll Tide. And I am in Birmingham, Alabama. I'm an Air Force brat. I was born in Tokyo, Japan, so my eyes are just a little slanted. No, all right.
What brand of ink do you use?
I use those Cosmos. Using crafting besties, you gotta use the best, and that's the Cosmos ink. Almost finished, you guys.
What setting for your printer colors?
I'm using the Cosmos Color Ink Profile. When you purchase the ink, they should have emailed you the color profile to install on your computer. But like I say, well, like they say, you can only use the color ink profile from certain programs. That's why I invest. I think it's worth paying the monthly fee just to have Photoshop so I can print. Without that, if you're trying to print from Silhouette, Cricut, it doesn't allow you to manage the color profile, so you're limited to the color profiles from your printer or your software. So that's why I invest a little $20. Well, actually, I use my sister's student code. Don't tell nobody, and it's 19. So since she's still taking classes on they can get the student version, and you'll get everything instead of just Photoshop for $20 a month. And like I say, I'm slowly learning Photoshop. I know how to go in and delete a background, and I know how to go in and make my tapered templates like I showed you guys the other day. But other than that, I'm still learning Photoshop. I mainly just use it to print from.
And what the programs are you using again?
I do my designing in Vinyl Master, which I got with my plotter, my big plotter right there that you see. I have a plotter. I also have a Cricut Maker. I have two Cricut Makers. I have the Cricut Explorer and I have the Cricut Maker. And yes, I have a workshop set up in my garage, so don't mind the mess.
The Craft Cave. She even does epoxy.
All right, so it's printed out. So I'm gonna let it, even though it looks pretty dry, I'm gonna give it a few more seconds to completely dry because I don't want to smudge.
Where do you get your sub blanks from?
I got my sub blanks from the metallic ones I get from jpplus.com. I also usually get my regular 20-ounce blanks from jpplus.com, but the last time I tried to order them, they were out. So I got them from Conde. My 16-ounce I got from jpplus.com as well. And I use a paper cutter. I purchased this paper cutter from Walmart, I believe it was, a couple of years ago. I need to get a bigger one that'll handle this 13 by 19 paper, but we gonna work with it. I try to make sure that I've cut off all the white. I'm not too concerned about the white that I left down here at the bottom because the bottom of the cup is white, so you won't be able to see that anyway. Alright, so now that I have them cut out, I'm going to apply them to the tumblers. This one has a little overlap at 9.5, left a little bit more than I want, so I'm just going to trim a little bit off on one of the sides. That right there fits perfect. I only have like just a little bit of overlap. And I use the clear plastic tape or the clear heat transfer tape. I want to make sure I pull it tight. And I take a piece and I put it right here. And I use my little squeegee. And I'm going to squeeze it up. A little crooked. Hold on, let me try that again.
How long can you hold printed designs before using them?
That's a good question. I wouldn't hold them no more than 5 days. Why you want to act up now? All right. So I use the clear tape on the seam, and then I also use the clear tape around the cup.
Where do you order your tape from?
I ordered this tape. I got this clear from Heat Press Nation, and they have some at jpplus.com as well. Now when I put my clear on, I don't put it all the way to the top. The reason why, this clear tape to me, along with that blue cricket tape, when you try to fold it over the tops, it doesn't seal good enough to me. It's not getting a good seal because it's thicker and it doesn't fold over the top good. But I want to squeeze all the air out, so I start a little bit down with this tape. And if I see the paper kind of like bubble up, I'll push up to squeeze out any air. I'll do the same thing for the bottom. And now I go in with the gold transfer tape and I seal the bottom This tape is more flexible, so I can pull it, and I pull and stretch it as I'm applying it. And then I use my squeegee. If I see any air pockets, I squeeze them out and seal the top. And as you can see, should have no air or ghosting down there at the rim. But you know what? I was supposed to be doing this one with the sleeve. Just wasted all that tape. Well, no, I'm taping the image. I'm running ahead of myself, guys. Sorry about that. It's the shrink wrap that I don't put on here. Told you guys I was nervous. Just bear with me. All right. And then I fold it over.
Someone was asking if you use, I guess, the copper color tape. I'm assuming that's the heat.
Yeah, that's the brown heat transfer tape.
Because they just got that one.
Yeah, but you got to be careful on that one. Sometimes the type that you buy will leave a stain. I had one brand that I got off of Amazon that took it off and it had left a big stain, the yellow stain at the bottom. So you have to be careful of where you get your yellow tape from. I got this one off of Amazon, but I know that this brand that I bought before, it works and it didn't leave rim around. So I ordered some more of that. So now I'm going to apply my sleeve. This is the top of the sleeve, and then it rolls down. So I start at the bottom, and I put the sleeve on, and I just roll it over like that.
It looks like you're putting on a condom.
Yes, pretty much. That's what it is. I didn't want to say that, but yeah, that's what it is. And then you just roll it down. And that's pretty much what it looks like. No shrink wrapping, no masking tape. You just roll the silicone sleeve over it. On this one, I'm wrapping conventional. And I'm going to use shrink wrap on this one.
Can you provide the name and brand of the the tape that you used?
This clear tape I got from Heat Press Nation. I'll have to look the other one up on Amazon, and I'll
We'll post links.
Post the links. Or if you...
Erica says, I seem to keep getting ghosting at the bottom only. It's frustrating. How do you make sure to avoid that?
Well, like I say, I make sure, that's why I take here first, just short of the seam, just short of the rim, so I can push any air out. And then that's why I go back in with the other tape, the brown tape. Because like I said, the brown tape to me is more flexible and it seals better. Some people use the clear tape or this blue cricket tape around the seams, but it's thicker, and to me it doesn't fold over better, so it allows room for air to get under there, and that's why I use both.
Where did you purchase the silicone?
The silicone sleeves I got from Conde.com, and I'll post a link for that as well in the comments.
Is the sleeve better or shrink wrap?
They pretty much both do about the same. The sleeve was easier, but I found the results are pretty much the same. So after I put this piece of tape on, I'm gonna head over to my oven so I can go ahead and start preheating that. Well, actually, sis will preheat it. And I have a Gourmet brand that I got from Walmart. It was only $89, the French oven. All of my tumblers, except for my 30 ounce, because they're too tall, will fit inside standing up. Are you using an air fryer or convection?
Air fry.
Okay, so she's using the air fryer mode. When I set mine to air fryer, that one tends to run 25 degrees higher. So on air fryer mode, it runs 30 degrees higher. So I usually would set it at 320. And right now I'm just preheating it, so strongly recommend a heat thermometer. All convection ovens temperatures run different. So to make sure the temperature is accurate inside, you need to get a thermometer.
And what's your accurate temperature that you want it at?
My target temperature is 350, so that's why I set it at 320. I'm gonna let it run for about 5 minutes. So when I go over there to put these in, my temperature inside should be 350.
Okay, so without silicone sleeve, I need shrink wrap if I'm using a conventional oven.
Correct. Now, if you're doing mugs inside of the convection oven, you're going to need silicone wraps. Or the mug wraps, which are these right here, that you would use for if you're doing coffee mugs. But I've seen everybody playing with that Cricut maker. I might have to, that Cricut heat mug press, I might have to get one of those. Because that heat press, that mug press I got from Amazon, I'm ready to throw that thing out the window. I can't figure that one out yet, so I do my mugs in the oven.
I have one with metal bracket silicone sleeve, and it's horrible. Burns where the metal brackets lay.
Yeah, that's what I have right here.
On the mug, but it doesn't go on the print. I think she's talking about on the.
She's talking about for that mug.
For the tumbler.
Yeah, I didn't even want to purchase that one because I was looking at that myself. How they come to when it clamps together, that metal is right there. So that's why I hadn't purchased those. But like I say, for these sleeves, they're wide enough to fit 20 ounce. So you could probably do 2 because it's too short. It won't fit the whole tumbler on a 20 ounce. But you could probably put 2 of them on there.
What printer are you using?
I have the EcoTape 15,000 and I also have the EcoTape 4700. Today I used the 15,000 so I can do multiple prints on one big sheet of paper. And I used the 13 by 19 Craft and Besties paper and I put 2 images on there to print them.
Will this live stay up? I'm at work trying to work.
Yeah, I leave it up.
And if it seems to disappear from Facebook, she has a YouTube channel.
Now I'll post it to the YouTube channel.
So yeah, work says she
Hey,
and trying to pay attention.
I do the same thing and when I'm at work because I usually go in at 2 to 2:30. So I was at work last night watching I think her name was Davita. Did her live last night. So I was at work doing the same thing. Alright. So I have both taped. This one I'm using the silicone sleeve. And this one I'm going to use shrink wrap. So I got my shrink wrap. And my trusty heat gun. So this shrink wrap fits good for the 20. You don't have that much, I mean the 20, this is the 22 ounce fatty that I got from Stainless Steel Depot. It fits right in there. So this one's going to shrink wrap really well. I use the high speed and I start and I just go from side to side, pushing all the excess air out.
Speak up.
And I'm doing just the middle part so all the air goes out before I go to the top and seal the top. So now that I've gone all the way around, see how smooth it is? Now I'll seal my bottom and then my top. So that way all the air is out. See how smooth the shrink wrap is? Alright, so my oven should be ready now.
$350.
Alright, so we're going to start with the silicone first. I always put mine in the center. You can do 2 at a time, but if you do 2 at a time, you got to make sure that they're evenly spaced. Because I want mine to be in the center, I just do 1 at a time, and I'm only doing them for 4 minutes, 4:15 at the most, so it's not going to take that long. So I'm going to do this one first. I open it up, and I put it directly in the center. No need to change it. Hey Siri, set a timer for 4 minutes and 15 seconds.
Okay, 4 minutes and 15 seconds and counting.
Alright, so I have no need to turn it. I'm gonna move this so I'll have my fan. Any questions?
What's your YouTube channel link? We'll post it in the comments.
That's a good question.
And you pull it up and then we can look
Which
at it.
program are you referring to, Melissa? The program that I print from or the program that I design in? As I print from PhotoShop so I can manage the colors, and I design in a program called Vinyl Master. I got the free version of Vinyl Master when I purchased my plotter, but I did upgrade to the Vinyl Master. It's called the Vinyl Master Letter, and that allows you to do, it has more capabilities.
Go ahead and pull up your YouTube channel. We can give them the link while we're waiting. Just go up to the top and copy and paste that into.
I just put the link to my YouTube channel.
subscribe.
And you guys, please be sure to subscribe to my channel, like and subscribe.
And press that notification bell so you'll know when she puts up a new tutorial.
And I just put the link to the heat tape that I purchased from JP Plus. They're both the same, JP Plus and Heat Press Nation. The ink tank, heat tapes are pretty much the same. I'm also going to put the link to the 16-ounce tumblers that I'm doing right now.
So if you use convection setting instead of air fry, what temp do you use?
On convection, I would set it at 325 instead of 320.
It really depends on how your oven heats. Their target temperature, though, is 350.
Alright, 4 minutes is up. Get my little heat glove. Turn on my fan. I like the fan because it cools my tumblers off and stops it from cooking so it doesn't overcook. I just sit it in front of there. Now I'm going to get my other one and place it inside. Same thing. 4 minutes and 15 seconds. So while that's cooling, I'm going to find some more links from you guys. Anything else you guys wanted the link for?
Yes, she also has links on videos on her YouTube channel, so you can check those at some of the other stuff that she has.
The link to the sleeves. The link for the silicone sleeves. And usually if I'm doing two, I'll let that one cool till the other one finishes, but it's probably cooled and ready right now, but I'm gonna just let it sit till the other one is ready and then I'll swap them.
Will this live stay posted?
Yes. As long as Sasha and them don't kick it off. See, it's ready. It's cool. I can grab it with my bare hand. I'm not fighting with a hot tumbler trying to pull paper off. That one should be almost through in a few. To remove it, I just pull it down, roll it back, and it's off. I don't know why 4 minutes seems like a long time when you wait on a tumbler to come out of there. I be thinking I forgot to set my timers.
Where did you get the gloves?
I got these off of Amazon. And look at that release, you guys. That Craft and Besties paper is the bomb.
No ink left behind.
No ink left behind. And look at that. Look at that seam. All right now. Okay, I was going to say, Siri, come on now. All right. The second one is done in front of the fan to let it cool. Stop it from cooking. The longer you let it sit with heat, it's still cooking. It's going to overcook your tumbler. Ooh, that is nice. Y'all see that? Now this image, I just Googled the image off of Google. I typed in high definition wallpapers. If you're pulling images off the internet, you need to make sure that they're high definition so the quality of your prints will look good. You see how clear that is? And I use Photoshop to remove the background off of Mr. Forgot his real name, but his grandma calls him Ninja, so that's why it's got Ninja on there.
Do you make 30-ounce tumbler? And if so, do you lay them down in the oven?
I do 30-ounce tumblers. In that one right here, the Gourmet, I would have to lay it down. So I would actually put my rack back in and put the rack in the middle and lay the tumbler down. I'm thinking about getting that, I think Oster has a extra large. And I see it's pretty cool right now, still just lukewarm. I'm gonna let it cool off just a little bit. But you see how fast that was ready? And it's pretty much stopped the cooking. So that's why I use the fan, you guys.
I see the link says 15 ounce. Will it work for 20 ounce? Is that for the wrap?
That's for the silicone sleeve. Is that, if that's for the sleeve, yeah, because it just says that because they made that for their, I think it's their 15-ounce wine tumbler, but it's bigger than that. Like I said, this tumbler that I did was 16 ounces, so it was big. And the 16-ounce that I got from JP Plus comes with the cap, which I just dropped, and it also comes with the stainless steel straw. That's what it would look like.
Do you use shrink wrap or can it wrap with parchment paper?
I just use shrink wrap. I haven't wrapped anything with parchment paper. So it's good now. Nice and cool. I can pick it up. I don't need this anymore. And the shrink wrap also comes off easy. Watch how I just pop that off. Boop. I take my little X-Acto knife. Gotta be careful so I don't scratch them. And I just put it slightly underneath the rim. It's gotta be sharp. Gotta have a good blade. And I just slide it down. But I'm pulling up as I slide it down so I don't slice into the tumbler. And I gotta go get my nails done. I took my nails off to give my hands a breather, but I can't do it without them. I can't even eat chicken wings right without my fingernails.
They want the link for the plastic shrink wrap.
Alright, I will get it. And here goes Auburn. It's a pretty cup. I just don't like them eating.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide. But I'll take their money though. There you go. See how there's no air at the bottom? And the rim, see how clear the rim is? And I got just a little bit of slight ghosting right there, but I'm gonna say it was the design. That is it. Put my top on. And like I said, I got these 22 ounce, they're called the 22 ounce fatties. And I got them from Stainless Steel Depot. They're the Hog brand. They come with a plastic straw.
How long do you run and what temp?
I run for 4 minutes and 15 seconds. And I run at 350, but like I say, my oven runs hotter. So I set it at a lower temperature. I don't run it high to get it to 350 and then decrease the temperature. I just go ahead and set it low and let it run, and when it maxes out, it should max out at 350, so I don't have to worry about it. And that's it. Thanks for watching, you guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel.
Checking to see if we have any more questions
Any more
before.
questions? That's what I'm talking about, Tiffany. Roll Tide, roll Tide.
People are still commenting.
I got you saved to watch again. Okay, Courtney. Next time we're gonna have some wine. This is my drink right here. We're gonna have to do late nights in the basement with Deborah. We're gonna have to. Everybody got to bring a drink. So y'all just let me know what you want to see next. If you want to do another tutorial on the tapered, how to create your own tapered template for your tumblers. And this is that metallic tumbler. I got those from JP Plus. These are the ones that are tapered, but I'm actually liking the tapered ones, these metallics, better than the regulars. They make your images really pop with that shimmer.
350 for a convection oven, correct?
Correct. On my, well, that's the temperature I bake. My oven has either convection mode or air fryer mode. So it depends on what mood I'm in. I use both. So sometimes I use my air fryer mode. If I use my air fryer mode, it tends to run 30 degrees higher. So I'll set it at 320 if I use air fryer mode. If I use convection mode, I'll set it at 325 because it runs 25 degrees higher on convection, and it'll hold at 350. And that little oven thermometer, I got that one from Walmart for like $5. But you got to make sure you have an oven thermometer in there to tell you what your real true temperature inside your oven is. And I will post the final products on the page.
Is the metallic tumbler the same as stainless steel?
It's stainless steel, but it's like a white and it's like a glittery type coating on it. So when you sub your image on it, it shines. It's got like a shiny
little shimmer.
It's shimmery. You probably can't tell right here, but that tumbler I posted yesterday with the girl with the microphone, the one I did yesterday, I did those on the shimmer tumblers, and if you look at it closely, like around her face, the brown, you can see how it's kind of shimmering, and that's because I subbed it on a metallic tumbler.
So 400 degrees for 6 minutes is too long and too hot.
I started out doing 400 degrees and mine weren't coming out right.
Kept sticking.
Kept sticking, and I have to go wash it off. It kept leaving that film. So I was like, gotta be overcooking. So I said, well, I'll just decrease my temperature and my time. And when I did that, they've been coming out ever since. I personally don't think 400 degrees, you don't need 400 degrees. 350 for 4 to 5 minutes is ideal for me. That's what works for me.
But she does use 400 degrees to bake off mistakes.
Yeah, now my oops tumblers, the ones that I messed up, and those were the ones when I was baking at 400, or if I forgot to mirror my image. I have done that. I put them back in the oven and I bake them at 400 degrees for 45 minutes to an hour, and it'll lighten the tumbler back up, and then you could sub a dark image over it that doesn't really have any whites. If it's an image that has like a bunch of colors in it, like this one right here that I did, there's not much white in it. The only white was when I added my name. So this image will go great over a oops tumbler, because the only thing that'll mess up this is any white showing through. It won't be white, it'll be like a brown, and you can see your mistakes. But if you sub dark colors over this, you can reuse this tumbler. You just have to bake off the ink and get it as light as you can and reuse it. So this is a oops tumbler. As a matter of fact, I might use this to make the girl that I did last night. She would go great on there. Here's another one that I baked off. Now,
this was black colors.
This one was all black. This was this one was designed like this, and when I baked it off, that's the result. This was a yes she did tumbler. Used to look like this. When I baked it off, now it looks like this. And I can go in and sub a dark image over the top. Any more questions?
Courtney said, see, I didn't even know you could do that. I would have thrown it away.
Nope. Courtney, say that money, honey. You can sub a dark image over it, just as long as the less white it has in it. If it has like mostly dark colors, you can also this tumbler right here I made, and I spelt the lady's name wrong. Her name was going across right here, and I spelt her name wrong. And so what I did is I printed out a little black piece, just a little black square on sublimation paper, and I put it over it and I resubbed it. So now you can't even tell that there was a name on there. The name, I think I had it in multicolors. I think I used green, red, and yellow in her name with some offsets, and I just resubbed over the top of it. So you can't even see where her name was on this tumbler. So you can do that as well. Yeah, Sonia, you can epoxy over them as well. But I'm only epoxying tumblers if it's a special request. I had 2 the other day that, well, actually 3. I got 1 more that I got to do a wood grain design on, but I'm not epoxy. Now that I found this right here,
Too easy.
yeah, it's too easy. It's too easy. Now, if they can just figure out how to, if I could just figure out how to sublimate these jokers. These are, well, that's the easy one. Now, these I got from stainlesssteeldepot.com. I might do this one next for you guys. This one we'll have to create our own template because it's tapered, but it's a straight taper. This one will sub nicely. I need the where's the other one? And this one is a 32 ounce. But I also purchased this one right here. I'm going to figure it out one day how to sub this one. This is a sublimation tumbler. I just got to figure out that curve. This one would just be nice if you want to put something on a white background. Just like small. But I'm going to figure this out sooner or later.
Somebody's asking about your pressure cooker, why you use that.
That is actually a gas chamber, a degassing chamber. I use that for my epoxy. And what it does is once I mix the epoxy and I put it in there, it sucks all the air bubbles out. So I put it in there and I let it run for about 3 minutes and it'll pull all the air bubbles out the epoxy. It's called degassing. So I degas my epoxy. And that's how my coat stays crystal clear. All right, anything else, you guys? This is my this is where I take all my fabulous pictures. I made that out of a crate and bought some fabric from not Joann's, Hobby Lobby. And that's where I take my pictures, my videos. I just got to get me a new rotating display because this one makes so much noise I'm ready to throw it away. These are called the rotating displays. They have some that are lighted. You can get some that have lights. I got some smaller ones. That's what I started with. I think I got these off of, I got these at 5 and below when they used to have them at 5 and below.
Where do you get Photoshop?
Photoshop, you go to adobe.com and you subscribe to it. I think they might give you a
free trial.
free trial.
Photoshop is nice. You have a lot of options once you start learning how to use them. As far as you can use pictures, you can cartoon people, and it just kind of opens up possibilities you can do for designing tumblers.
All right, any more questions?
Where did you get tumblers?
I get my tumblers from JP Plus, Conde, or stainlesssteeldepot.com. Stainless Steel Depot has a lot of different tumblers. I just ordered some of the 30-ounce tumblers. But the only thing about these are the new 30-ounce. These are the 30-ounce skinnies that they have. I think they're out. These are the ones they call the duos because they have duo lids. You can use it as a water bottle, carry it as a water bottle. or you can change and put the regular lid on it with the straw. And these are spill proof, and these screw on, and they come with the plastic straws. So I'm gonna do one of these next. It's gonna be for me. My sister keeps telling me I need to quit using up my inventory, but on me. But hey, folks like to see the designs on the actual tumblers versus looking at a picture and trying to imagine what it looks like on the tumbler. So I guarantee you, when I make one for myself, I sell about 2 or 3 more. Okay?
Did you say Home Depot?
Stainless steel depot. I'll
put links.
No, I don't think I can put the link for that. I don't think that's an authorized vendor.
Oh, okay.
I know JP Plus is. Conde is. But if you look up Hog tumblers, Hog stainless steel, you can find it. And this is like for you want to change it into a water bottle. You just put the straw on and you carry it and drink it as a water bottle.
Tiffany said curves just need a slant. I think they have a 30-ounce template for the curved one at Creative Fabric.
Okay, I might have to try that. And then I also have
Fabrica, Creative Fabrica.
I got these from Stainless Steel. These are the 12-ounce wine tumblers. I haven't subbed on these yet. I got to figure out what I want to put on it.
I love how chilled you are. You make it look easy.
Trust me, I'm very nervous, okay? So that's my collection. I got my metallics. I got my 20 ounce. I got a couple of mugs, latte mugs. I ordered some of the mugs when Heat Press Nation had them on sale last week or a couple of weeks ago. They had a sale and free shipping. So I had ordered 2 cases of mugs, but they're on back order because they ran out, so I'm still waiting on those. This is one of those color changing mugs. This is the one when you put hot water in it, it changes color.
Christina says she's Photoshop illiterate.
Me too. But just go on YouTube and watch you, whatever you're trying to do, just go on YouTube and watch you a couple of tutorials. You can figure it out. That's what I'm doing. I know how to delete a background. That's really much all I need right now. And I print from there so my colors pop like this.
What name do you want, Melissa?
So when y'all want the next live, I'm Sunday after 6. I'm open. We can have some wine. I'm gonna bring my margarita.
But y'all know she a lightweight. She only gonna take about 2-3 sips.
Don't be telling everybody my secrets. I can't handle that Uno Mas. That Uno Mas from Walmart. And she buy that. Oh, I can't handle that Uno Mas. I don't want no mas after I drink Uno Mas. After a couple of sips. No mas.
Do you ship using the boxes they come in?
I do. I have some bubble wrap that I wrap them up and I ship in priority boxes.
And it's good to invest in a scale because you can save yourself a lot in shipping by being exact with the weight of your packages.
And I use pirate ship. Alright guys, it's getting close to that time. I was supposed to be in at work at 2, but I delayed it to go in at 4 so I can do this tutorial. But I got a couple of cups I need to pack up so I can ship today. And any more questions?
Can I create my image and put it in Photoshop and print it from there.
Yes, that's what I do. I create in Vinyl Master, I save, and then I just drop it and print from Photoshop. That's exactly what I do.
You can go to her YouTube channel. She has a tutorial showing you how to do that.
Yeah, get rid of Word for your colors. Word is not doing anything for your colors. You got to make sure you download the driver for your printer, and if you're using Cosmos inks, use that color profile along with that Craft and Besties paper, and you should be good. Just got to make sure you have your inks, your settings correct on your printer, and you're good. All right, you guys.
Thanks.
Thanks for watching. See you later.